Good morning, everybody. This is Nicole Traum with Nicole Traum Yoga, and this is Breathe With Me. So thank you for tuning in. If you're watching this morning, drop a comment in on how you're feeling. If you're watching the replay, you can do hashtag replay in the comments as well. I feel like I want to talk about something for a moment before we get started, because we're talking about balance. And, one of the things that some of my other yoga teacher friends and I have been talking about is how as teachers and as helpers in some way, we're called to bring on this positivity. And I want to put it out there that, life is not perfect. And some days it's really hard. Like this morning, I spent my run just crying, just feeling sad. And I want to share that because I feel like, I want to totally be transparent, and let you guys know that just because I offer this love and light doesn't mean that I ignore the darkness and the sadness, that there is a lot on both ends. But that capacity to embrace the darkness and the heaviness allows for more love and more light. So just putting that out there, right? Because there are going to be days that you feel like, just want to cry and lose it. And I think that that's totally normal. And I feel like, if you're feeling that, do it. Because that is something that we need to share with each other too. All right. So I wanted to put that out there just because as I was running this morning, I was just I was missing my hometown. Anybody missing their home? I haven't been home in over a year now. And I'm missing my sister, all those things. So there's a lot of things that pile up. So as we move through this time, as we continue to move through this time, I think what got me was I read this article yesterday about how the CDC said we can't contain this anymore. And it was just it was not the right thing to read right before I went to bed. Let's just put it that way. But we have to recognize that heaviness and recognize that sadness and let ourselves feel it. And even share it with our friends, because it's very likely that you are not feeling this alone, right? I know that I'm not the only one feeling this and getting these waves of sadness and heaviness and just, I don't want to say despair, but just, it just gets wearing over time, right? So make sure that you're sharing that with your friends. I think it's really important that we stay open and honest for our own mental health, right? That's one of those things that if we're not sharing how we're feeling, we bottle it up inside and it just wipes you out. So if you are with me, drop a heart in the comments, because I think we're all kind of in that same place. So this week we are talking about balance, and it's that's the perfect thing to talk about, right? That we, in order to find balance, have to not just embrace the light things, right? The happy things, but we embrace the hard and the sad and the heavy things too. So what we're going to work on today is working towards our midline and finding this inner strength. So when I say midline, you can imagine that you drew a line right down the center of your body. And we want to draw into that place. And what that is that's a part of our steadiness. It's our inner strength. It's our stability. In a physical sense, it's what holds us up, right? But in that sort of bigger sense, it is our own inner strength. What do we tap into? What are those things that we turn towards as we look to that inner strength? So we're going to move today, bringing a little bit of hugging into the midline, and then from there we'll work on a little balance. So I'm going to scooch back a little bit so I'm not right up in the screen. Hi, Suzanne. And let's just start with a couple deep breaths. So you're going to inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Inhaling. And exhaling. Hey, Jess, take another deep breath. Good, and then just stretch your arms out nice and wide. Take a big inhale, stretch your arms back. And then as you exhale, bring your hands towards each other, round your back. Here, I'll show you from the side here. So you're gonna inhale and open up. Good, and then exhale and round and reach forward. Big inhale here, opening the chest. And then exhale and round. So if you're sitting at your desk a lot right now, kind of that makeshift desk at home, it's good to come back and check in here, especially that upper back. You might be feeling that tension, or maybe you're getting headaches, right? So bringing some movement there. Let's do two more like this. Big inhale. Big exhale, good. And then this next time as you exhale, we're gonna take the right arm and just wrap it up underneath and give ourselves a little hug and just rock side to side. Continuing to breathe here, hugging in, squeezing into yourself, into that inner strength. You can even think about what are those things that you pull from when you need that inner strength. Good morning. Just giving yourself a hug. Good. Now our right arm is underneath, so we're gonna stretch our arms back out. Lean back a little, and then with your exhale, bring your left arm underneath. And do the same thing here, just hugging in. Bringing those shoulders onto your back as you breathe, as you connect. Good. And sit. And then this time as you inhale, stretch your arms out, place your feet on the floor, and just lean over to the right. See if you can do this without your left foot coming off the floor. Use your belly muscles, good, and then lean up and over to the left. Same thing here, your right foot this time stays planted on the floor, not lifting up. Take another breath, good, and then let's come back up and over to the right. Breathing, that's it, good, and then back up and over to the left. Perfect. All right, so come on up. Let me scoot back a little more so you can see, hopefully you can see my legs in here. Kind of graze out the bottom of the screen on this one. So what we're going to do is take our right leg and cross it over the left so that your knees are stacked up. You're just squeezing your legs in towards each other. And as you squeeze in, you're going to feel all this power in your legs all the way into your hips, especially into your outer hips. And just start here by squeezing in and sitting up tall. See if you can breathe into that space, into the hips. That's it. And then bring your arms up, and we're going to take our right arm underneath. So you can do a bear hug like we did before. Let me turn so you can see. You can do that bear hug. You can do the backs of your hands together, or you may even be able to wrap your arms up and just pull your shoulders onto your back. So we're squeezing into our midline here. That's it. And then from there, you can inhale and lift your elbows. Look up. Exhale and round, bringing your elbows down towards your knees. That's it. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, rounding forward, just stretching out the back. This is a really good one for sitting at the desk all day. Exhaling, good. Two more. Big inhale, lifting those elbows, keeping those legs squeezing in, good. And then the last one. Inhale and exhale. Good. As you come on out, you can stretch out your arms, even stretch out your legs a little, and just lean side to side. So just stretching things out, expanding. Perfect. All right, we're gonna bring ourselves back in now, and now we're gonna take our left knee over the right. So stack those knees up, squeeze the legs in, and just start to sit tall. As I'm doing this, I'm feeling this in my left hip. It's pretty tight. Okay, so you might feel that, and that's normal. As you squeeze into your midline, feel that inner strength and stability. Let your shoulders come onto your back, and then take your arms out in front of you and take your left arm underneath. Again, you can do bear hug. You can do backs of hands together, or you can wrap your hands and place your palms together. So we're gonna inhale here and lift up the elbows, looking up, and then exhale, bringing your elbows down towards your knees. Keep squeezing the legs in. So inhale and exhale, that's it. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's do two more. So big inhale, big exhale, lifting up, and then lowering down. Good. And as you come out, you're going to reach your arms out, step your legs out to about chair distance apart, and then just start to lean up and over to the right and up and over to the left. So big stretch into the legs and into the hips. Perfect. All right. And we're going to come on up. And we're going to do it one more time, so you can either have your legs crossed in your seat, or if you're feeling up for a little bit more fire this morning, a little bit more balancing, you can come up to standing. Move my chair out of the way. All right, and from standing here, we're gonna bend our knees and cross that right leg over top. So you can use the wall here. I've hooked my toes around, and then you can even take your right arm underneath. Ooh. And notice here, I am wobbling, right? Bring your shoulders onto your back. You can lift your elbows as you sit nice and deep. Take another 2 breaths here. That's it. And then come on out. Stretch out your arms and your legs and just take a little stretch side to side. Perfect. And then we'll do the other side. So coming in, you're gonna bend your knees. This time, cross your left knee over your right. You can tuck your toes, and then you can bring your left arm underneath the right. Sitting up tall, lifting those elbows a little, breathing nice and deep. And as you squeeze in, remember you're tapping into that inner strength. Let's take 2 more breaths. That's it, good. And then come on out again and stretch out your arms and your legs and just let yourself start to reach up and over, side to side. So getting those stretches going, good. Last one. And then we'll come back and come all the way back into our seat, getting comfortable again. All right, and now we can come back and start to move with our breath. So sit however is comfortable for you. You want to sit cross-legged or you want to have your feet on the floor. And just check back in. Especially working on those balance poses, it starts to really get that fire going in your breath. You might even feel like your breath feels a little warmer, a little bit stronger. So lean into that, breathe into that. That's it. Let your shoulders soften, feel your spine as it lengthens. We're going to do a little bit of that alternate nostril breath. So you can just use one finger, one hand. Don't worry about, I think yesterday I went over it with like the full hand position. Sometimes that's a little intimidating. And I'd rather you just get used to that movement of the breath. We can always learn the more technical aspects of it later. But what we'll do is we'll breathe in through our nose and out through our nose. And then we'll start to bring the breath up through the right nostril and down through the left. And then up through the left and down through the right. And if it starts to feel overwhelming or just too weird for you, just come back to a more natural breath. Sometimes that happens. Okay, so let's take a couple breaths together, just inhaling and exhaling through your nose. So inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. One more. Closing off your left nostril, inhale through the right. Close off the right, exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. One more round. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. And come back to a more natural breath now. Just breathing in and out. Noticing how you're feeling. That inner sense of stability. And as we continue with that breath, we'll start to notice that breath kind of moving all the way down and then all the way back up through your midline, right? But we're just getting more acquainted with that breath as we go. Feeling a little more comfortable right where we are. That's it. So coming back now to the awareness of the room, noticing any sounds around you. Maybe any smells. Maybe you can smell coffee this morning or tea or breakfast. And then notice the air on your skin. And as you blink your eyes open, just notice the quality of the light around you, whether it's from a lamp or from the outside streaming in. We just let ourselves be in this moment. Let ourselves find the balance in this place. So bring your hands back in front of your heart. We honor this practice. We honor those pauses that we can take to connect to our inner strength, our breath, our heart, all of those things. So as we close today, I bow with you. Namaste. If you like this and you'd like more, please come join me on NicoleTraumYoga.com. I've got classes going on weekly, and I'm also working on having classes available for you to download. So if that's something you're interested in, you can drop it in the comments. Just working on so many things right now as we're still in our quarantine and possibly going to be in this longer. So I want to make sure that I'm here for you, serving you guys as best I can. So please feel free to check out my website, NicoleTraumYoga.com, and you can also post anything that you'd like to work on in the comments, all right? Share this with your friends and have a great day. Bye.